So I saw the new Toxic Avenger at the theaters. Now, when it comes to the Toxic Avenger franchise, like I like the original Toxic Avenger movie. I think it has a charm to it where it's just a fun, ultraviolet movie, and it's like ridiculous, but in a fun way. Like I would compare the original Toxic Avenger to the original Roadhouse, where they're not movies that I love, but I think they just have like a fun, charming energy to them, where they're entertaining. So I had interest in this new Toxic Avenger, but it was like on my most anticipated list. I did watch the Toxic Avenger sequel. It was also almost I thought were terrible personally. When it comes to this new one, I think it's okay. It's fine. To me, I don't think it's as fun as the original Toxic Avenger. And I think one of the things with the original is that I feel like it could get away with more. Like there's some gross stuff in this new Toxic Avenger, but I feel like this is like a little. I felt like this movie was a little tame compared to the original. Because I can definitely tell with the like when you go back and watch the original, there's so much stuff in that movie where yeah you probably wouldn't be able to get away with some of that stuff in the original Toxic Avenger movie. I like this new one does capture some of the charm in the original, but it does feel at times a little tame compared to the original for me personally. And like when it comes to the positives with this movie, I think the cast do a good job. Peter Dinklage, he's mostly always creating a lot of stuff, and I think his character is fine. Like he is likable his character, and they do change up the origin where he's a janitor, but it's not like at a health club like the original character is in the original movie, and like Peter Dinklage's character is a stepdad in this movie. And when it came to like his relationship with because they show he's a widow where his wife died, and he's taking care of her son, so he's a stepdad. And in between like his relationship with his stepson, there's some. I think overall it's done well in this movie. There's some like sweet moments between the characters, and like I said, I think they do a good job. Peter Nicholas and the actor who plays his character's Peter Nicholas' character's stepson. Kevin Bacon in this movie, for me personally, like I can tell he's having fun, but I just didn't really like. I can see where some people find his character fun, and I think he does a good job in this for what type of villain he is in this. But I'll be honest, I didn't really find his villain all that interesting. Like he definitely fits the tone of this movie. So like I do think he does a good job in this movie. It's just his villain didn't do much for me. And the same thing I feel about kind of the whole cast of the movie. I think they all do a good job for what they're given to do in this movie. Where I do think it captures some of the charm of the original Toxic Avenger, but I also think it's a little, like I said, tame compared to the original. Because I can tell, like it feels like you just with a modern Toxic Avenger, you just can't get away as much as you could with the original movie. And I do kind of miss the like this does look low budget, but I kind of really enjoyed how the original like had a really kind of like trauma like that was the first film I ever watched, and it kind of had like a charm to how like cheap and low budget the original looks. Like this movie doesn't have a big budget at all either, but I don't know. Like I said, that was one of the other things about the original where I felt like the look of the original kind of added on to the charm of the original with how cheap and low budget it looks. So, like for me, it does capture that like tone of the original. It's just I feel like they couldn't go like I said as far. But overall, like I said, the cast do a good job. The characters that are likable enough. It's not like any of the characters really stand out to me in this movie. And when it comes to Elijah, was it Elijah? Yeah, Elijah Wood, who plays Butter of Kevin Bacon's character. I felt like he was underutilized in this movie. I wanted to see more of his character. Like I like the makeup and everything, how he looks in this movie. And I liked his character. I just felt like we could have seen more of his character in this movie. And when it comes to the humor in this movie, because I'm going to get into the negatives, the humor didn't really work for me a lot of times in this movie. It just kind of like felt flat for me personally. And even though there's some like street motion between Peter Jackson's character and the stepson, I can't say I ever felt like too emotionally invested in it. Like it was serviceable, but it wasn't like anything that stood out about this movie for me when it came to that element. I do think this is the most story based Toxic Avenger movie. But like I said, I still prefer the original more because I think the original just for some reason with me I found that more entertaining. But this is not a bad Toxic Avenger reboot. I thought, like I said, there's some good things about this movie. I think the cast do a good job. Like I said, I think it does capture some of the charm that was on Toxic Avenger. The negatives with this movie is that the villains aren't really the most interesting in the world to me. I think the cast do a good job. I can't say I ever got like really, really invested in their characters. Like they're so for the characters, but they don't really like stand out to me, in this movie. And like I said, I don't think quite completely gets the charm of the original for me personally. Oh, and another negative thing with this movie for me is that there's a couple of times with the CGI blood where it did pull me out personally. I was like, okay, there's some like cool, like one of the parts is that there's some cool practical stuff in this movie. Like I actually do like how the Toxic Avenger looks in this movie. I know Peter Dinklage, he wasn't in the makeup. Like they had another actor in the makeup when he starts to look like the Toxic Avenger. And that act, I think, did a good job. I think most of the time the voice Peter's voice masked, but there's moments where I was like, it didn't always completely look like it masked. But when it came to the blood, there was a lot of times maybe where it was CGI blood that did pull me out of the movie. So overall, I think the Toxic Avenger is an okay movie for me personally. I can see why, if you're a Toxic Avenger fan, you might really love this movie. And as someone who's like, I like the original, I think it's a fun movie. The original, I haven't like loved the movie's franchise, so I can see like if you're somebody who loves the original, I can see people loving this movie. For someone like me who likes the original but isn't like an all-time cult classic for me, this was okay. Like to me, the original was still the best. Personally, I think that's the one I had the most fun with. This is better than the sequels, definitely. And overall, it's just kind of for me. I was kind of like, yeah, it's the new Toxic Avenger is fine. It's average to me. This movie, it didn't stand out to me. It's not bad or anything. It just didn't do anything to really like make me go, oh, this was like as fun as the original or great. It was just for me personally, New Toxic Avenger was just kind of a middle of the road average movie for me personally. So overall, that's my thoughts on New Toxic Avenger. Until next time, movie fans.